Live. You're watching Fox 44 News first at 9, your local news leader.
Good evening, I'm Abby Rocha.
And welcome in, everyone. I'm Chad Sabity. Thanks for joining us for Fox 44 News after Thursday Night Football. Tonight, we continue the coverage of the incident involving allegations that a local pediatrician attacked a woman while running on the LSU Lakes.
Now, these are the latest details that we know so far. That what allegedly happened on Monday was not an isolated incident. We are learning Dr. Shane McKinney is also accused of a similar incident that happened back in July. The victim of that incident says she was running near Greek Row when McKinney hit her with his shoulder as he ran past. The woman has said she wants to press charges against him, and the case was turned over from LSU PD to the district attorney. We have reached out several times and were unable to get an answer about whether McKinney was charged for the incident in July. Southern University released a statement saying they believe the incident on Monday was racially motivated. BRPD officials say there is not enough evidence to support this claim. Now, this is a developing story, and we will continue to update you as we get more details. Now, we have the latest coronavirus numbers for our state. The Louisiana Department of Health is reporting that over the last 2 days, there's been an increase of over 2,000 new confirmed cases, and more than 30 people have died due to COVID-19.
LDH is also reporting 2 less people in the hospital with those complications and 9 fewer patients on ventilators tonight. Well, it appears a court has handed Governor Gov Edwards a pretty significant win today in a legal battle over his authority to implement coronavirus restrictions in the state. A Baton Rouge judge rejected an effort by Republican State House members to force an end to Democratic Governor Gov Edwards' statewide mask mandate and other coronavirus-related restrictions. The judge also rejected the petition because it addressed an order from October that has since expired and was replaced by a new order.
And they said, listen, Governor, the legislature that wrote it, we're going to give you special powers, things that you under normal circumstances can't do. However, if we believe at some point in time you begin abusing those powers, this is how we're going to curtail those powers. That's what's before the court.
You know, this action by the House members is had the possibility of really jeopardizing all of the gains that we have made in Louisiana.
AG Jeff Landry says he plans to file another suit as early as tomorrow to take this case to the state Supreme Courts.
Bars in Ascension Parish must close their doors once again after having a high positivity rate for 2 weeks. This news is making some bar owners question if they'll have to shut down for good. Fox 44's Kennedy Walker has the story.
We've been in this business for a long time, you know, and we're not going to have it. It's heartbreaking.
Less than a month ago, Tanya Harden was relieved she could finally reopen her bar in Ascension Parish. But Thursday, that quickly changed to sorrow when she found out her mom and pop bar was going to have to close its doors once again.
This is my only income, and I'm fighting a losing battle. You know, I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore.
Officials say bars in Ascension must close immediately because the parish's coronavirus positivity rate has risen over 10% for 2 consecutive weeks. Harden says this time she may have to close for good.
There's no light at the tunnel no more. At first we did see it. Now we're back dark.
She says she doesn't believe bars are the reason for the rising cases. Brenda Morris is a bartender at the Corner Bar and says she's furious.
We have the right, if we would like to go visit with friends, so happen to be a bar on a Friday night or a Saturday night or whenever, and everything's being taken from us.
Morris says it's unfair bars are carrying the burden.
It's no different coming here sitting at this bar than going to a restaurant and sitting at that bar.
While Ascension has already met the mark to close bars, surrounding parishes like East and West Baton Rouge and Livingston are also at risk of passing that 10% mark. Bar owners say they feel like this is a nightmare that will never end.
I don't know who can support themselves with no business.
Kennedy Walker, Fox 44 News.
In other news tonight, St. Helena Parish schools are preparing to test all of their students in the parish for COVID-19. School leaders say they are issuing new guidance to help slow the spread of the virus, which means starting this upcoming Monday, all students will be tested for COVID-19. They will also have to submit a health consent form before returning to school. Any St. Helena Parish parent who does not consent to the mandatory testing will have to quarantine their child for the minimum 14 days.
This is merely to make sure that our children are safe, our students are safe, our faculty and staff are safe, because the numbers are going up, and we just have to be prepared.
Students who fail to wear their face masks while on campus or while riding the bus could also face suspension and a mandatory 14-day quarantine period. Schools will be closed tomorrow for deep cleaning.
Turning over to your local election headquarters now. Today marked the final day for Nevada counties to count ballots from last week's election. The state attorney general responded to some of the Trump campaign's claims about voter fraud. Fox News chief correspondent Jonathan Hunt reports from Las Vegas.
The Trump legal team continues to make a number of allegations around Nevada's election integrity, albeit with little solid evidence.
I want to put a spotlight on this system because the bottom line is there is fraud. I don't know how wide scale it is.
There is not widespread voter fraud. It is good to hear Mr. Lexar admit that he doesn't know if there's widespread voter fraud.
We talked to Nevada's Democrat Attorney General Aaron Ford and put some of the Republican allegations to him, including this on signature verification.
The machine was basically turned off, so they ran millions of ballots through this machine, so they accepted every signature whether it was fraudulent or not.
There's nothing wrong with this machine. It works as it is supposed to, and in addition to that, we have other redundancies in place to ensure that voter fraud is not taking place.
And then there's a claim by a still unnamed election worker who says she saw nefarious handling of ballots in a van marked with Biden-Harris stickers in the parking lot of a voting center.
Again, that does not, however, support the premise that there is widespread voter fraud.
And what about dead people voting?
We've confirmed dead voters.
There have been 2 complaints regarding dead people voting, and they are being looked into by the appropriate investigators.
And thousands of non-residents voting.
Military members who are stationed here, who are resident here for purposes of voting, do have that right to vote. There are other people who may be on that list. We have to look into it, but they may be students. They may be Mormon missionaries.
The courts have indeed so far not been favorable for the Trump team, and now it appears one of his wealthiest backers, Sheldon Adelson, may have turned against the president. Adelson's Las Vegas Review-Journal newspaper publishing an editorial today which says, quote, "The president does a disservice to his more rabid supporters by insisting that he would have won the November 3rd election absent voter fraud. That's simply false." And the editorial goes on, quote, "President Trump lost this election. The vote counting here in Nevada is likely to be completed tonight. President-elect Biden's lead currently sits at around 37,000 votes." In Las Vegas, Jonathan Hunt, Fox News.
The deadline to register for FEMA assistance from Hurricane Laura is just 2 weeks away. Renters and homeowners in parishes designated for FEMA assistance after Hurricane Laura have until November 27th to register for help. Federal assistance includes temporary housing, rental assistance, and repair or replacement of damaged property. Make sure you can call and visit their website as well, or one of their disaster recovery centers located throughout impacted parishes before time runs out. FEMA is also offering free webinars to help people repair and rebuild after multiple recent hurricanes. It's offering by the FEMA Community Outreach, or Education Outreach. Homeowners, renters, and business owners may benefit by attending the webinars on a variety of topics from flood mitigation techniques to small business administration loans. You do have to sign up ahead of time for the webinar that you would like to attend. You can visit FEMA.connectsolutions.com for dates and topics. Well, switching gears, back in the early 1970s, officials wanted to recreate a typical 1800s Cajun village over in Lafayette.
Now, in true Cajun fashion, the design team transformed 10 acres of farmland into a shaded community with a bayou running through it. Sylvia Masters takes us on a tour through Acadian Village in this week's Destination Louisiana.
Acadian Village, to me, is a great place right now to come. You get to learn some history, see some history, but it's calm, it's peaceful. I think that's what we need. I think that's what people are looking for.
Acadian Village was created to serve 3 purposes: preserve a piece of early Acadian heritage, raise funds to help offset government cuts to the program, and provide employment for developmentally disabled individuals.
The only reason for Acadian Village is to raise money, to raise funds for LARC. We have over 250 developmentally disabled clients in the entire Acadiana area. So this is to raise money to help us do more for those clients.
Colin Codina is one of those who benefits. He works in the Acadian Village bead store.
I do the bead store, I do the packing, throw them out, and everything else.
LARC's Acadian Village mission is to support people with intellectual and developmental disabilities in reaching their goals of self-sufficiency, quality of life, and self-worth.
Each December, LARC's Acadian Village transforms into a Christmas wonderland for a fun-filled 23-day celebration called Noël Acadian Village. This festival is a fundraiser for LARC, a local nonprofit organization.
Our clients depend on us every day to have a place to come. We teach them their self-worth, and they work, they get paid. So this program is absolutely important.
Noël Acadian Village features 500,000 lights, including lighted holiday displays, live entertainment, carnival rides, and photos with Santa. This year, the staff will be taking extra COVID-19 precautions.
We have 10 acres, it's wide open. It's almost impossible not to social distance. It's a beautiful, calm setting. Acadian Village is a microcosm of the history and the tradition of Acadiana, of Southwest Louisiana.
Reporting in Lafayette, I'm Sylvia Masters.
Alrighty, now coming up a little later in the show, we'll take a look at a new recruit for the Tigers baseball team right from our backyard in your Fox 44 Sports.